Hello, everybody out there in vinyl community on YouTube. Thanks for dropping in, Tony. Tony's LPSRUS. My topic today is, what's your favorite incarnation, favorite lineup of Fleetwood Mac? Today, while I'm in my car and listening to CDs, yes, my car still has CDs. I know the new models do not, but this car still has a CD, and I use it. I also use my flash drive, which I load up with. With things that are transferred from vinyl at times, but I still love popping in the CD. And today I was listening to one of these from this excellent box set, 25 Years of Fleetwood Mac. This covers their entire catalog. It has also alternative B-sides and a bunch of live things intermingled with the studio sessions. And this is just a superb sounding CD. It's really, really well done. Sounds great in the car. I only listen to CDs in the car right now, maybe once in a while outside with the boom box, but this is great. So I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, wow, they went through so many different lineups. They actually had, in my opinion, three phases. They had the blues phase, which was from '67, when Peter Green, Mick Fleetwood, and John McVie formed the band. And they were, they came off of the Blues Breakers. They broke away from the Blues Breakers, or at least Peter Green did, I believe, Mick too. And they formed their own band, which was Fleetwood Mac. It was originally Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac, but then it was later shortened. Peter Green said, I don't intend to stick around that long, so I don't need to have my name in front of this group. You guys keep it. It's Fleetwood Mac. So it was Fleetwood Mac, McVie, and Peter Green. When Green took off, they needed a guitar player, which was around '71, and they brought on Robert Welch and another guitar player, Kerwood. And Bob Welch was with the band till '74. Then when he took off, he left for whatever reasons. We have the multi-platinum, mega, super selling band, Fleetwood Mac as we know it, with Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. And that's my least favorite phase of Fleetwood Mac. I break them into three phases. And it's the blues phase, it's more of a psychedelic phase, and then it's this pop rock, soft pop, top 10, FM mega hits. But that's my least favorite. My favorite is, and I want to hear what your favorite is, was the Robert Welch years. The Bob Welch years, I thought, brought new focus to the band. They weren't just blues; they were blues psychedelia, and the songs that Welch wrote and sang were just hypnotic. And that's one of my favorite songs from one of the albums is Hypnotized. That lineup also included Christy McVie. So she gave the female vocal aspect to the band, and they were just, in my opinion, a super band. So I just want to hear what your favorite incarnation is. It's it doesn't matter. They're all good. I love the new Fleetwood, the latest Fleetwood Mac. I really love the blues Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green. And but when I'm listening to Fleetwood Mac at home on vinyl, I normally will pull out the Bob Welch era, and I have a few of his albums, his solo albums, and as well as most of his albums that he did with the band Fleetwood Mac. And the first one up is, let me see, is Bare Trees. That was the first one with McVie and Bob Welch. And this is a great album. Let me see. This is on the Reprise label. I'll show you that. That's the brown Reprise label, Sinatra's old company. And this has Sentimental Lady, which Welch wrote and later had a hit on it as a soloist. The next one I have here is Penguin, Fleetwood Mac Penguin, McVie, Welch, the two McVies, Fleetwood Mac, And this is a great album as well. They're all good. Great cover, great gatefold. Credits. This has Bright Fire, I'm a Road Runner, the old Holland Dozier Holland tune, Motown tune. So this is a great, I always pull this one out. My favorite from this lineup is Mystery to Me with Hypnotized on it. And, this is an original reprise. This has this is a gatefold. And this has Emerald Eyes, Hypnotized, The City, for Your Love. This is just fantastic. This has audiophile qualities to it. This just sounds good. And here's the band. Sorry about the glare. Unfortunately, Bob Welch left us in 2012, in June, I believe it was, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his, I believe, to his head. I may have said head gunshot wound to the head initially. I'm not sure, but it was a tragic death. He was only 66 years old, and this was in Nashville. I believe he was found by his wife. But previously, in 1998, when the band Fleetwood Mac was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they elected, or they actually somehow got to the committee that nominates and votes bands in to exclude Robert Welch. And Robert Welch was hurt by that. He said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, I was that part of the transition which led them to become the multi-mega platinum albums selling band that they were. And he simply said they just don't like me anymore. So it was kind of sad, and I'm not really sure of the reasons for them to exclude him. I know prior to that, Welch sued Fleetwood Mac for a bigger stake in the royalties that they had contracted with Warner Brothers, I believe. So there was a lot of animosity there. But he was an integral part of the band, and it's really a shame that he wasn't included in the induction to the Hall of Fame. Another album that he did, and the last album that he did with Fleetwood Mac, is Heroes Are Hard to Find. It's a great cover. And you can see the four of them there in Happier Times. That's a rare shot of them on the back of the album. And there's some children here, probably Mick Fleetwood's children. And I'll show you the label. Another reprise. And so that's it. It was a sad passing of a young man, 1966, and that was only 66 years old in 2012. But when he left the band in 74, I believe, 73, 74, he formed the band Paris. That's a trio with Glenn Cornick, Tom Mooney on drums. Glenn is on bass. Welch sang and played guitar. He also played bass. This is a pretty good album. I'm not sure if there were two Paris albums, but there may have been. But this is the one I have. This was a cutout. And then he went solo, and he had this one, Sentimental Lady, which I have up on the top there. That's my pick for today as an OG pressing with audiophile qualities and sound. Don't get me wrong. All of these, as far as I'm concerned, are sonically superior. They're all from the tube generation. They're all mastered from tape. But this is just a great album and a great cover. I was working in a record shop when this came out. This was a huge hit. This has custom sleeve and a custom label. And this is on a Capitol. Another solo album that I love is this one. The other one. This is also on Capitol. Robert Welch. He also does future games on here, which I believe was a Fleetwood Mac tune that he wrote, obviously, when he was with the band. And here we have Three Hearts, which is Precious Love. He does a great I Saw Her Standing There, Lennon and McCartney's tune. And this still has the shrink. This is also a cutout with the hype and custom inner. A nice custom label. But this is a great album. This is a super sounding album, as is the other one. They all have these sonics that are so dynamic. Like I said, if I'm going to listen to Fleetwood Mac, I don't listen to Rumors. I don't listen to Fleetwood Mac. I don't listen to Tusk. I love them all. I also have the original blues records that they did in Chicago, or they did with Chicago blues guys. But I still come back to the Robert Welch years. And here's my last solo album I have for Bob. That's this one. This may have been his last solo album. I'm not certain. And that's Bob Welch, simply Bob Welch. And this has a custom sleeve. This is a really good sounding record. This was actually mastered by Kevin Gray when he was in California at the cutting system. So I'm going to have to give this another listen. But this is really cool. And RCA. So an RCA label. But check this one out. This is still in the shrink. If you see this, pick it up. They're inexpensive. And I'm telling you, it's great. It's great. Bob Welch solo albums are great. So that's it. That's my my little topic here, and I'm still asking, what's your favorite lineup of Fleetwood Mac? And like I said, I have 3 phases, and I like the middle phase with Robert Welch. And if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, if you like my topics, please subscribe. We're trying to build the channel. And if you like it, please like it. And of course, comment either way. I want to hear from you guys. Thanks a lot, and keep rocking. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Tony's LPSRUS out. Keep rocking. Ciao. Take care.